Yo, what up? It's King One True, the One True King in the building. So, what's been going on is I originally had made a whole video talking about this whole epidemic with Sony stopping the production of physical games. And I'm basically going to do it my way now since Sony decided to hold me and or whatever happened, it didn't record the video. I did it on live stream and it played me. So this time I'm going into the factory to do it this way. So basically, bottom line, real quick, it's absolute bullshit that we're not getting physical games. They getting rid of our ownership. They not lowering prices for it. They literally are taking away the one thing good about being a gamer. Period. So, quick story about my experience with physical games. So, the way I got my PlayStation, it was a long time ago. This is back when GameStop was called Funko Land. You know what I'm saying? So, I first got my station. Y'all excuse the rip right here. This shit happened earlier today, and I ain't gonna get it fixed till later. But I originally got my PlayStation because me and my friend had a rivalry from SNES versus Sega Genesis, basically. And I was the SNES dude. He was the Sega Genesis dude. He went on to get the Sega Saturn. SNES hadn't produced a new console yet, so I went and got, the PlayStation. But he was spoiled, so his mom would just grab him shit and he would just have it, you know what I'm saying? But me, I had to take what I had already and kind of make do with it. So what I did, I went and took almost every last one of my SNES, Sega Genesis, and NES games and sold them to get a vanilla PlayStation 1. One controller, no game, no memory card, just a demo disc with a boatload of games on it. It had a bunch of shit on it. But I played it for like the first few months, played the shit out of that demo disc till I finally got my game I wanted. But the big craze that made me want the PlayStation so bad was at the time, like I'm in the FGC. I'm a huge fighting fan, and at the time, I'm a fighting game fan. So at the time, Street Fighter 2 was at its peak. I mean, it's killing people out there. You know what I'm saying? And then they dropped Street Fighter Alpha. I've been talking shit and bragging to my friends, man, you gotta go to the arcade and try this Alpha. That shit is the truth. It ain't nothing better than that. That Street Fighter shit is out cold. That Alpha, the new wave, blah blah. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna be going to like over here. It's called Putt Putt, our arcade. I'll be going every day trying to get me some time on Alpha and get dope. Play the fat guy that used to sit there and whoop everybody's ass. He never left the machine. He'd be there early in the morning until close, practicing all types of tech. You know, older guy had no life and shit. I'd be training with him. And basically, my friend called me one day like, bro, you would never believe what I just got, what my mom just brought me in the crib, man. And he turned on the intro to Street Fighter Alpha, and I heard it, and I went crazy. I was like, oh my God, this dude got Alpha. He don't even know shit about this motherfucker. So, of course, I went to his crib, was whooping his ass in Alpha and shit like that. At the time, I'm still buying Game Pros and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? And the Game Pro had it where basically they had compared all the versions of Alpha. And they said PlayStation was the definitive one, pretty much the exact arcade port. This excited me because there were some minor issues and little technical problems with the Sega Saturn version. It would play good, stuff like that. The loading was kind of weird, and Also, sometimes the sound effects couldn't keep up with the soundtrack of the music. So sometimes we'd be fighting and the sound effects just stop. It'll be no Hadouken. He wouldn't say it. It would be no sounds of the fight whatsoever. It'd just be the music in the background playing. It just happened every so often, and then it pop back in. And Hadouken, you hear it again. But that shit made me run immediately. Be like, I can't this motherfucker one up me like that. I gotta have a new generation, new gen system, and I went and traded all that shit for a PlayStation One. Now, mind you, I was young as hell. The guy there was trying to tell me about a few particular games I shouldn't have sold. One of which that was worth the most out of all of them, and he begged me not to sell that, was Galaga in the box for NES. And he was like, dude, this game in about 5 or 10 years is going to be worth so much money you will never want for another game again. And me being my age, was like, oh, fuck, about 5 or 10 years from now, I'll probably be rich. You know what I'm saying? So, like a dummy, I sold it to him because he was like, let me tell you what I'm going to do. The minute you sell this and it goes through our system and sold, I'm going to buy this immediately. So I'm just letting you know it ain't gonna be no chance to come back and get it because once it go in this system, it's mine. So I'm trying to urge you, do not sell this game. I ain't listened to him. All I could think of was, dude, I'm up here for a reason. I didn't have my mom drive me up here for no reason. I came up this bitch to get a PlayStation. Sold all that. Everything else is history. You know what I'm saying? PlayStation was at the crib. I regretted it later. All the games I sold, I had to go back and fish out all the classics. I still never went and got no Galaga, especially not in the box because it's worth too much fucking money. So that was my little escapade of how physicals helped me out. You know what I'm saying? And being able to trade them, being able to trade with your friends, being able to be like, I ain't really playing it right now. Go ahead, take it to the crib and get down. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Just like sharing stuff out. You know what I'm saying? And it meant a lot to be able to do that. And them robbing us of that is just highway robbery. It's devilish. It's absolute garbage. Especially because it was done strictly for the money. They're gonna tell you these other excuses and stuff like that. It is not. That is not the case. It was done strictly for the money because they're not lowering no prices. They're not giving us no deals. It's just what it is. So this is absolute bullshit, and I'm against it. Um, that's pretty much all I could say about that, man. Like it's it's sad. And Sony, you're about to lose all your credibility as a marquee AAA console. You finna they finna totally stop fucking with PlayStation completely. When this actually happens, they're gonna stop fucking with PlayStation. So my projection is this: what's gonna happen is, since they discontinuing it in 2028, I project through the rest of 2026 and all through 2027, gamers are gonna be complaining so much they're going to have to come out of that and opt out of get rid of physical copies or risk their whole business. As much as they confident, oh, trust me, some people don't buy physicals anyway. We're going to sell like crazy anyway. No, you're not. You're going to lose over half of your fan base and purchasers, and it's going to be awful for you, just to let you know. Um, on top of that, uh, us PlayStation loyalists, because I don't touch Xbox at all, um, we're gonna be disappointed in you, and that's the biggest drawback. You know what I'm saying? So I think they're gonna finally catch on when they pre-orders for the new systems and all the games and stuff start to dwindle and not happen no more. They're gonna switch up. So y'all just stay tuned for the ride. But I'm pretty positive they're not gonna risk their whole franchise with this. They did this to put everything in an uproar And then they're gonna drop it on us. Okay, we're doing physical disc, and everybody's gonna be like, oh yeah, they're gonna start buying. It's a good marketing strategy for the most part, but that's what I think it is, and that's my opinion on it. But I just had to make this video because damn fucking shit up over here. Because everybody's just set on the fact that they announced this and they think it's just set in stone. Sony not stupid. Well, yes, they are, but they still a business and a company. And once they see all the backlash and we keep talking shit about it, they're gonna be like, okay, we're not doing this. We're not going there. So y'all don't be wary, man. Just let time pass. It'll heal itself. It'll heal itself. But that's pretty much all I got to say about it. But I had to address this live because this is crazy. Just crazy. Sony, do better. King one true king. I'm out of here. 100.